Ah, there we go. Now we're recording. This is all cool and nifty and new, and I hope it saves to my phone so that I can upload it, because that would be a waste of time otherwise, right?
Right.
Okay, so step one in events is you want to make sure that you have your budget set. Like if it's only $100, that's fine. You don't have to spend $1,000 on a budget. And I think that's where a lot of people get misconstrued with that, and they want to get like a credit card and get all kinds of inventory. If you only have $100 or $200, that's fine, because that's going to get you lots of bath bombs. That's going to get you hand creams. That's going to get you chunks, right? You want to concentrate mostly on like Posh to Meet You sets and fizzies, because that is what sells because of the price point. Everything's under 10, and they can combine stuff and feel like they're getting a deal. I just had my first event, and I did Posh to Meet You sets for the 3 for $22. I actually let them, because I was just trying to get rid of inventory. After a while, somebody was like, well, can I get 2 hand creams and a bath bomb? And I was like, heck yes, you can. Because it's the same principle, right? I spent the $10 already. She's spending the $10. And she had a little girl with her little best friend, and they both wanted a hand cream and a bath bomb. So I actually got to upsell, and I did the 3 for $22 and a $5 bath bomb. So I got a $27 sale instead of being hard. Like, no, it has to be a chunk. I was like, yeah, get a hand cream. Sounds great. So that was actually awesome. Fizzies, I did $5 for one, or I let them combine any 3 cents that they wanted. I took advantage. We had that buy 3, get 1 free sale. And I got a couple of the little 6-packs. I got 4 of them. And then I just used what I already had that I'd bought for personal use that I hadn't used, and they were still sanitary in the little jar. So I went with about 50 bath bombs, and I sold about 25 of them, because I did 3 for 13, and people liked that deal. They were like all over that, especially the little girls. They would look up googly-eyed at their dads, and they were like, all right, go get your 3. So that was nice. I also had lip balms. I had the $4 AMUs, the all mixed ups. Oh, let me see if that one's mine. Let me put it on mute. And then I had the little eye sheet mask. I didn't sell any of them, but I did pique people's interest, because it's $15 for a 3-pack. And so you can break those packets open, and there you have another $5 option for those people who are interested in. One of the notes that I took away when I was watching trainings, as I watched a training for like a whole year before I did an event, pay attention to your market and your customers. What do they typically buy? And that's what you're going to want to focus in on for your event. So if your people only buy hand creams and chunks most often, don't stock up on a bunch of spotty scrubs and masks, because that's probably not going to be a big seller for you. Does that make sense? Y'all can nod, because I can see you. Right? All right. So plan ahead too, if you can, on your inventory, because Posh does do big sales pretty often. They don't do as big as they did last month, because that was birthday month and they were just crazy. But we do still have like free shipping, and then sometimes buy and then you get like a free product if you spend so much. So they do have that kind of regularly. So plan ahead. Take advantage of sales and utilize that, because bath bombs will go on sale a lot. Like they went on sale for like $89 for a flat, and they're usually $109. So you can take advantage of sales like that, and not be overspending to get inventory, because it's fine. A small inventory is actually really great. Like I sold about $200, which is insane for a first time event person. Jennifer just looked at me like, oh, I was like, insane. I love it. But I did, and I think it's because of how I had my table set up, and how Aaron and I, because my husband actually worked the event with me, and he was very vocal in getting people into the booth. I think because he's nice eye candy anyway, I think girls came to talk to him, which was kind of nice. And then he actually knows a lot about the products, because I don't ever shut up about them. And so like he would talk them up on a product, and then I would come in and just seal the deal. So if you have hubbies that are supportive, get them in, because we sold all of my gender benders within an hour and a half, because he told all the men, this stuff works better than Gojo. And they went, really? And then they'd buy the chunk. And I was like, I should have bought way more gender bender chunks, because I only brought 4, and I had like 2 or 3 of everything else, because I didn't know what to bring. So gender bender is a top seller. I will go ahead and say that, because everybody sees that charcoal soap and they know about it. They register with that and they want that. So that pretty much takes care of the inventory. set your budget, stick to it, don't go over it. Don't get a credit card, don't go into debt over this. It is not worth it, honey. Don't do that. Use what you can. You know, if you can afford to get some stuff, get some stuff. Okay, and then step 2 is table set up. You want to make sure that it's nice, it's clean, and it's not overwhelming. One of the tips that I took away and I hit real hard is I had a whole bunch of inventory with me with the chunks and hand creams, but I only had 2 of each kind on my table. Everything else was hidden. You know what I mean? So like, and then after a while, Aaron even had the idea, he was like, let's start taking some of these away because it looks like we're selling out of stuff. And so like we'd have just one of the chunks or one of the hand creams up, and we had more, but they were hidden, but we were trying to look like we were selling out more of what we were to try and get people into the booth because they're like, oh, they're selling that stuff. Let's go and check it out. So you want it nice and neat. You kind of want to have levels. If you don't have money to get risers for your products, that is fine. I actually used Posh boxes and wrapped them up with wrapping paper from the Dollar Tree and put that on my table to have products propped up, because the more eye level it is or closer to eye level, the better it sells because they're not having to look down at it and it's more eye-catching. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So one girl, she even said to get table risers, or you can get them like at the thrift shops for really cheap, and just anything to make it grow your table so that when people are walking up, they're looking at it and not scanning it as they pass. Don't lay papers all over the table. I actually took an old box that we had, we spray painted it, made it look cute, and I had my catalogs and a couple of other little info things standing up in that, so that I had nothing laying down on the table except for like fill in for my giveaways. Have different levels on your things, like the boxes, like you can stack 2 up together to make like a really tall one or just the ones, you know, so you have different levels going on in your heights, because that will draw attention. You can get creative with your decor. Mine, I actually used, we had a wooden fish tank stand, and I used that, and I just taped my banner that I got off of Vistaprint. Use Vistaprint for business stuff. Don't get it in the portal. It's way too expensive. You can make anything and everything off of Vistaprint, and they always have sales with like half off. I got my banner, 500 business cards, a poster, and a yard sign and yard sign holder for like 45 bucks shipped on Vistaprint. So Vistaprint is the bomb, and we are allowed to use it. What was I going with? Oh yeah, I had my banner just taped up against that little wooden stand, and it looked fine, and everybody was like, oh, that looks great. And I was like, and it has shelves so I can hide all my inventory in my cash bag. That's why I wanted it. My husband didn't want it because it was going to be heavy, but I wanted it, and we had it. You could get baskets from the Dollar Tree too if you don't have things around your house. Dollar Tree is your friend. They have all kinds of things in there that you can put things in and set things up. I actually had a candle in my giveaway prize, and people kept on smelling the candle. No, I got it at the Dollar Tree. It was just an apricot scented candle that I threw in with like a bath bomb and a loofah that I got at the Dollar Tree, and a $4 packet of bath salts, and I got Tub Time is Bomb Diggity from the portal. I got it with my perks, so I got it for free. And people were signing up for my giveaway because they thought it was cute, and they liked the candle. Of all things, they wanted the candle, and it was $1 at the Dollar Tree. So, you know, be thrifty. It's fine. They don't care. They just want something that looks pretty and smells good. Black tablecloths, because that looks nice and professional. I actually got mine off of Amazon for like $11, and they're the kind that hugs the table so that it won't blow in the wind, and I didn't have to tape them. But another good tip is you could go to Walmart and get twin fitted sheets for like $4, like a 2-pack, and use that instead of a tablecloth if you want, if that's cheaper. I think that goes through the first 2 things, is inventory and set up. I can go ahead and open it up real quick for questions before I go to page 2, because I do have 3 pages and I can talk. Anything that y'all want to add, Alondra or Jennifer?
I will say that if you put your fizzy on kind of like, if you bring people into your booth, have it on the outside corner.
You're muted.
I'm muted.
No, you're not. I have got mine on. Oh my God.
Okay, but if you put your fizzy
on my computer for noise, and I'm like, you're muted. No, I'm muted. Sorry.
So put your fizzy tower on the edge of your table, because it'll draw people into your booth, and you're like, oh, is that fizzy? Is that bath bombs? I want to smell those. So that'll initially get them to come in and smell your stuff. And then definitely go out and talk to your neighbors and find them on Facebook. Go leave reviews on their Facebook pages and tag them on your business page so they get seen by you and you get seen by their people too.
Yeah, that stuff I'm coming up with later. Good points though. But anything on setup and inventory? Do y'all have any notes to add on that? Because I know your first event, you think you got to buy all of this stuff and have all of this stuff, because if you don't have inventory, you have nothing to sell. And then you buy all of this stuff, and then you go and you realize I have way too much stuff. That's what most people do.
Yeah, get 1 or 2 things of the things that you really like. I have noticed that the men products do actually sell fairly well. So the To Beard or Not To Beard, I actually have sold one of them at every event that I've been to.
Yeah.
Because the wives drag their husbands to those things too.
They do. And men will buy things to make the wife and the daughters happy. It's amazing. My husband's like, no, you're not getting that for my daughter, but other husbands and fathers are totally on board with making their people happy. I hope he never watches this. Okay, so I did as payments. So you want to get a Square card reader. If you do not already have one, they are free and they ship really fast. I'm not sure why it's stuck on Alondra. But it's free. And then we also have referral links. Most of us have one. And if you would like a referral link, you get $1,000 in free transactions, because you do get charged. It's like 2% for a swiped card and 3% if you have to manually enter it in, which is small bites because you're going to charge tax on the products anyway. Like you paid tax when you buy your inventory, but since we're all new, we need to charge the customers that tax back. Okay. And that kind of helps bite into that Square, because I didn't do a referral link with anybody, so I had to pay the 2%, which my thing wouldn't do the swipe, so I had to do 3%, but it's fine because I charged tax, so it washed out. But you want to be making sure that you have that, because there are people who are not going to have cash. You don't want to take checks because somebody might write you a bad one. For petty cash, I had 1 10, 3 5s, and 10 1s, and I grabbed 2 handfuls of change out of my piggy bank, and that ended up working out perfect. So you don't need a ton of cash, because I thought maybe I need $100 or $200 in petty cash. I didn't know what to expect, but I went in with just like that little bit of amount, and it worked out perfect. Actually, I don't think I even need quite all of what I did, which is fine. And then, yeah, that's all the notes I had on that. So you do want the Square. Again, it's free. And when you're charging them the tax, it kind of helps bite into that charge that Square charges you. And it's not much, so it charges you anyway. So it's like if you did $10 in sales, it's like I don't even know, some change. If you did $100 in sales, it's like $2. There you go. Math bigger. When I was going smaller, I was like, how much is that? I don't know. I can't math. Okay, so you want to have a giveaway at the table. We do have these portal sheets that are really cheap. It's like $5 or $6 for a 3-pack. I actually got 2 of those. I didn't even need one, so I wouldn't get a bunch of them. But they're great because it asks them for their name, it asks them for their address, their email, their phone number, and at the bottom it'll ask if they're interested in learning more about the products, if they're interested in joining your team, if they're interested in hosting, if they're interested in doing a portable party for you. And I was shocked. I had 4 people check off at the bottom. I was like, people are totally just going to give me their name and maybe their phone number, and that's it. But people gave me their address, their email, their phone number, and 4 people posted about wanting to possibly host. So that was kind of neato. And then when it comes to a giveaway, like my girl that won didn't get back with me. And so that's one of the things I heard the tip for is the giveaway is more for you trying to follow up with people. I know that's not like code of ethics or whatever, but you're trying to get their information so that you have their contacts. And so what I did after my event is I went and plugged everybody in to my email account, so I have them all set up in there, and then I contacted my winner, and if she doesn't get back with me, nobody's getting the prize. It's just kind of what it is. Samples, don't have a huge bucket of samples out for everybody to get. Don't waste your money on that because you'll be literally throwing it away because people are going to get those samples. They're going to walk away. You're never going to see them again. So don't do that. Only give samples. Have some on hand. Only give it to people who give you a genuine conversation, give you genuine time of day, and really are checking out your products and seem really interested, or they're wanting to host, anything like that. You can give them the samples. That's fine. Stand up. Make sure you're standing up and not behind your booth. You want to stand not like out like a kiosk lady and squirting hand creams on everybody, but like off to the side where you're standing up, because I noticed that a lot too at this event. People were sitting down, they just got passed by. This girl on the side of me, she didn't do a lot of sales and she gave up and she just started texting on her phone, and people were walking past her and she didn't care anymore. And she was like, it's done, nobody's coming around. And I was still getting some sales because I was still up. And if somebody passed by me, I said hi. I didn't say, hey, would you like to try this? I just, hey, how are you doing today? Just being polite and friendly. And if I saw them eyeballing my stuff, that's when I would say something like, smells are free, and they would laugh. Some people kept laughing and walking, but some people were like, oh, okay, and they'd come in and check out what I had. It was kind of up to them. Or Aaron would shout out to people that were walking past and didn't give us the time of day, we have bath bombs, and I was like, what's that? But they would turn around and laugh at that, and some actually came in and checked out our bath bombs because Aaron did that. Don't eat at the table. If you have a long event, I didn't do this. I swear that's the next thing on my list. But they say not to eat at your table. If you are hungry, it's fine. Graze, like bring nuts, bring like, chips or something like that. But don't be sitting there eating like a big old burger and trying to service people and like, wait, I gotta get to you. We're trying to be professional. We are representing Posh at these events. So just bring something that's snackable that you can graze on throughout the day. I actually was so busy with the event that my husband was like, are you hungry or you want lunch? And I was like, I don't even have time to think about food. There's so many people that I'm kind of like talking to people. And I'm so glad I had him there because the way I had my table set up, I'll share pictures with y'all. He was on one side with the sales side and I was with the try me side and having people try me. That was the other thing with inventory. A lot of people think that try me bars, that people won't want them, that people only want cash and carry. There is nothing wrong with, if you're brand new and you have your starter kit, girl, you've got body butters, you've got body creams, you've got a face mask in there, you've got, I think there's scrubs in there, you've got soaps, you've got things that people can look at and touch and smell and try. So try me bars are actually fine. I actually we had a 20% off the core products. And I marketed it as I had a sale going on for anybody who wanted to do a local order with me, that all core stuff was on 20% off. And people bought into it. I was like, because if I had it here, it'd be $20, this bath salt. But actually right now on my website, because it's on sale, I have a special, it's 20% off. You can get it for 17 or 18 or whatever it was. And they were like, oh, well, let me get one. And so I actually got 3 local orders. And I called them today to let them know that their stuff came in, because one wanted a bath salts that I did not have on hand. And when I told her, I was like, but it's fine now, you don't have to carry it around. You spin it, make it where it benefits them. Now they don't have to carry it around. We can just meet up later, or if they wanted to order it directly on the website, it'll ship directly to them. People are fine with that. So I think a lot of people get scared of, I have to have inventory. People will order online too. And so I had somebody do the foot mask, somebody did perk, because she was like, I heard you had something for headaches. What is it? And I had mine on hand, and before I could stop her and let her know it was my personal one, she's opening it up and like slathering it on. And I was like, okay, when I get home, we'll like slice that off, but just to top her so that I can use it again. But she ended up ordering that and an eye cream. So I was like, well, that's fine. Another tip that I thought was really cool, and people kudos me at the event, go to the Dollar Tree. Again, Dollar Tree is awesome. They have coloring books and colors for $1. Distract those kiddos, because one of the moms, she was like, I swear to God, I've had to drag her at every other booth, and now she's sitting there coloring while I'm trying products. This is amazing. You are a genius. And I was like, thank you. And I'm thinking in my head, I didn't come up with this idea, but I will totally take credit today. And it cost me like $2. Treat bags for the vendors, because vendors are who you're going to want to network with in events. So I made sure we got there early, and I was set up early. And then I had, let me go run and get them because I want to show you what I did. Okay, I got these last year for Halloween, which I understand you probably, but these were like 15 cents last year for 18 bags. And then I did this cute little card. It says, and I typed it up and put it to everyone. Hi, friend. I'm Bobby. I'll be over at the Perfectly Posh booth. Take a minute today and enjoy this big, fat, yummy hand cream sample. That's what I gave everybody, was a hand cream, because it's really easy to sample out, and I had a ton of them. It's made with coconut oil and apricot kernel oil, so it won't be greasy at all. Being on your feet all day can take it out of you, so pamper yourself. You definitely earned it. If you love it, stop by and check out the hand creams I have stocked, because some of these were retired and I didn't have any more. I have a vendor special of $2 off your purchase today. See you soon, Bobby. And they loved it. I actually had 2 or 3 come and check out the booth to purchase from me. And I totally forgot to give them their $2 off, but they didn't say anything either. So one of them got like a $5 bath bomb though, and one of them got a 3-pack of bath bombs. And then I also made sure you want to put your card in there, the sample. This is the cards that I got too from Vistaprint. I think I got 500 of them for like 10 bucks. Put a good candy in there. Don't be giving them like Jolly Ranchers and like crappy candy. Okay, give them like the good candy. They had Reese's, they had Kit Kats and Almond Joys and Hershey's. And then I got these on clearance too last year because it's October and Halloween, and they had like a little glitter spider. Some of them liked it, some of them didn't. But all of them, the way I pitched it to them when I walked around, I was like, we're going to be on our feet all day, and it's going to be hot. And what I wanted to do is just give everybody like a little treat bag and a little happy to start the day. It's got a candy in there, just something to make you kind of happy and, that kind of thing. And all of them absolutely loved that. The only ones who didn't love that were the Rodent and Fields girls. Because at first they loved it, and then they saw I was with Posh, and they kind of gave me looks like, But, that's fine. They didn't come see me, and I didn't go back and see them. It's fine. And then the only other thing that I had on here was like, a lot of people ask questions about how much is too much for a vendor event fee. They want to say usually about $50 max if you're new. Some are free, most are about 25 to 35. And don't be scared to ask the coordinator questions. Like I asked her all kinds of questions. I asked her how many vendors were going to be there, because I did not want to make too many of these that I needed, Then I asked her, how many people do we expect? What kind of turnaround do they have? Do people come and usually spend money? You can ask her how many years has this event been running? So if it's been running only 1 year, it's kind of newer to not expect a huge crowd. But if it's been running 5 to 10 years, it's got a following. People are going to come. What kind of booths do they typically have that people are expecting, so that you have a general idea on how your products are going to do if they're used to this kind of thing coming on. Looks like we are at the 30-minute mark. And so with that, do y'all have any questions? And do you girls have anything to add?
I'm good. I think you covered everything, and I got like really good tips for my next event.
Yay! Good. What about you, Jen?
I don't have anything other than, bad events do happen. You get rained out. You do have ones that are slow. Don't give up. Keep trying. Holiday seasons are the best, and if it's too hot, folks aren't going to stop and shop no matter what you do. But just keep going.
Good tip, because I forgot to do that. When you're going into events, don't go in thinking you're going to sell out. I think that's a big flaw that a lot of people have when they start events, is they're like, I'm going to sell my stuff. And a lot of times it's not what happens. You're going to let your area know this is Posh, and if you don't have a rep, you can have me. So this is what you're trying to do, is you're trying to network. You're trying to introduce Posh to your population. You're trying to let them know, I am local, I am here. Because I had one girl, her coworker actually sold Posh, and she can't stand her. She was like, she had the hand cream in the bathroom, and I'm obsessed with it, and I want it, but I hate her, so I'm not going to buy it from her. And I'm so excited that you have it. She was like, she just has no personality. I'm not going to buy from her. And you're going to be my rep. And I was like, happy to take care of you then. Because I mean, you never know who's going to walk into your booth and what they're thinking. And some of them have no problems telling you what they're thinking either. We've removed the 40-minute limit for your first group meeting. Yay! Well, thank you. We haven't been on for 40 minutes anyway, but all right. Okay, so your meeting now has unlimited minutes, so we can talk all we want. Nice. But I still, because we're recording this and bringing it up to other people, I don't want to go too long for people to replay. But yes, that was a really good valid point, Jennifer, that don't go thinking you're going to sell everything. That's why I said the inventory, don't think you got to spend even $500 on the inventory. $100 or so is fine. Don't go broke trying to make money with Posh. Like, yes, it takes money to make money, but be smart about it. Know what you really can spend before you try to spend all kinds of money on it.
Yeah, I was afraid of that too, but it's fine because you're not gonna sell out anyways. And if you don't have a lot of people think that you're selling out already, so.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why I went with my big chime bar, because I was like, if I do sell out of what I have, I still have the chime bar. So I'm still introducing the product. I had the pick 6 sheets. Nobody took them. I actually used them as my order forms because I forgot order forms. I also forgot towels, which was genius for when people were trying scrubs. I was like, I'm sorry, I don't have a towel. I have these little butterfly towels that I made. You can use that there. I don't want to use your decoration. I'm like, well, you can. But so I would say have towels and have order forms on you in case people do order online, or paper towels. Good point. Towelettes is what they give us at Posh events, and I didn't think about that. They gave us like baby wipes. So when we're trying products, they get you can wipe it off with that. But yeah, go in more focused on networking, because if you go focused on just selling, people can buy your stuff and then you'll never see them again. But if you try to build that network with them and that relationship and that rapport with them, then hopefully they'll come back to you. You know, because I've had lots of customers that when I started, or friends rather, when I started selling Posh, they went to an event, they're like, oh my God, they had a Posh booth and I fell in love with this, or I love the way this hand cream felt, but I didn't like the scent. What do you have? Because I tried her stuff, but you're my person. You know, so you're trying to build a connection with people so that you're their person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the biggest goal. I mean, obviously you want to make your money back and you want to sell some inventory too. But if you go in only focused on that, you might get really discouraged really fast and never want to do another one again. And that's not the bigger picture. So
Exactly.
Great point, Jennifer. Anything else?
Oh, rephrase. People are like, there's a lot of direct sales and a lot of demos and party and hosting. So rephrase it. Like, don't say party or demo, just say facials or pampering night and a couple of friends. And
Girls' night.
yeah, girls' night. You wanna, schedule a girls' night out with a couple of friends and I'll come pamper you. Don't use the word host, hostess, parties, or demo, because it's a turn up for a lot of people.
It is. It is.
Like, for me, it is too. Like, I don't want to host a party unless I really, really want a product like the bra lady.
Yeah. And be prepared, because there's people, like, they had Premier Jewelry there, and when I handed out my treat bags, she was giving me the whole spill on Premier Jewelry. Like, don't be that lady. And at the end of it, she was like, have you ever done like combo consultants where like you bring your stuff and I bring my stuff to a party? And I was like, no, that interests me. I would be cool, so cool, and blah, blah. And after a while talking to her, I realized she meant me invite my friends to our combo party. And I was like, wait, who are you inviting? She's like, no, just you're inviting people. I was like, oh, no, honey. I don't know people here. That's why I'm here, to network and meet people. I might have like 2 people show up. No, that's not what you said. So don't be shady.
Yeah.
I'm wearing her earrings because I am allergic to jewelry, and she's letting me try. Well, she's letting me try. She's got a guarantee if they do make my ears itch like all other earrings do, that I can bring them back, which lucky for her, they're doing well. But anyway, she bought a bath bomb and a bath salt from me to try Posh, because she's allergic to everything too, since I bought her $20 earrings. So I was like, what's the cheapest thing you have? She was like, the cheapest thing I have? I was like, yeah, I'm not spending like $30 on a pair of earrings that's going to itch. I'm not. So what's the cheapest thing you have? I'll try them. Anyway.
20 is not cheap.
You meet people that are interesting at events. I had one lady too that she was funny. She was like this really big Christian lady, and she was there, I guess, to like convert heathens while she was there. I don't know, but I was like, "How are you doing today?" She's like, "I'm blessed." And I was like, "Well, I love your answer," and blah blah blah. And we like started a conversation. I was like, "Another favorite I get is better than I deserve." And she's like, "The grace of God and blah blah blah. We all deserve." And I was like, "Okay." And then and she was like, "And that's why it's important to take time for yourself and take time with God and blah blah blah." And I was like, "That's kind of what Posh is about, taking time for yourself." And then she was like, "Well, then you can't be selfish." And I was like, I was just trying to spit off what you said, lady. You can go on now. Go. Have a blessed day too. Just go. Lord. So that was fun. She ended up buying bath bombs from me too, though, later, which was, so we did make a connection after all.
Yeah.
She bought 4 bath bombs from me, so, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So, any other questions? And Heather, since it's giving us the go ahead, do you have anything else? No, Erin's messaging me. Lovely.
I'm good. I feel super awkward that I don't have questions actually, but I don't know. I have to take about stuff.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm so proud that you tuned in, because people who show up grow up, and that's really amazing. That shows me that you're already dedicated to your business and that you want this to be something just because you're here.
I've just been watching like a ton of YouTube videos.
Nice, that's fine. Get plugged into the first 60 days, because there's amazing training in there.
I've already finished like the first 15-day.
Yay! And just to give you, like, when you really dive into this company, how they talk about the sisterhood, that's like a real legit thing. And I'm actually friends with a lot of the girls that are nice setup, Alondra, for whatever reason. It's like that's showing that.
Don't do this. Okay.
Don't do this. Yeah, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. It's
an open house so they can try, but not an event.
But not an event. That's overwhelming for an event. That's too much stuff. And most people that I see doing events, that's how they have it set up, and it's just too much.
Yeah.
Maybe the new stuff just in case, but
yeah.
See, I sold most of my inventory.
Did they love Ice Queen? Ice is
They did.
Ah, I bet. That stuff's amazing.
I sold 3, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna sell 4 more tomorrow. So. Okay, I have to disconnect because this one's not having it.
I don't blame you. It's fine. Mine are asleep for a reason.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in.
Okay.
Now she's gonna figure out how to get off. But yeah, I'm actually friends with some of the girls that are on those videos, and they're like real legit people that I was terrified to meet in Dallas and again in Nashville. Well, I was more comfortable in Nashville because I met them in Dallas, but they're like real people, and they really do care, and they really want everybody to do well with their business. And they're some of the best people that you can meet.
Yeah, watching a lot of Abby's videos. Hers are super cute.
Abby is so sweet. Abby is ridiculous. She's so sweet. I met her in person. She actually is friends with this girl I met in New Orleans, my very first event. I didn't talk to but 3 people. I'm really shy. I know it on the computer it's one thing, but in person, until I'm comfortable with you, I'm really shy. And Jennifer can attest to that because she's family.
Same.
Yeah, she's the same. We were both, now we love each other. But and it's not that we didn't like each other at the beginning either. It's just we're both shy.
Yeah.
But in New Orleans, I made friends with one girl, and she's actually underneath Abby. And she lives in New Orleans, and Abby went to visit her for Mardi Gras, and they were like, "Are you coming?" And I was like, "I'm visiting my family. I mean, like, I'll meet Abby one day. It's fine." And then I met her in Nashville, and she's like, "I was so sad when you didn't come." I was like, "I didn't think you knew who I was." She was like, "Oh, I watch you on YouTube too." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Well, and Melissa Huckbelt said the same thing when I met her in Dallas. Because my friend from Instagram invited me to hang out with her, and she didn't tell me she was hanging out with Melissa and all of them. And I was like, I'm so awkward. They're not gonna like me. And Melissa's like, no, we know you, and you're one of our people. And I was like, Okay. So they're really fun. They're really genuine, and it was awesome getting to actually know them and realize they're just people too. Because I had people freak out over me in Nashville, and I was like, "Whoa, pump brakes. It's fine. It's just me. It's fine." So it's really cool. I don't know where I was going with that, but no, I do. The people that are doing the training, they're like real legit people, and they started as proteges and worked their way up. And so I love that about our training is that it's real people, and they're really giving us how they got to where they are.
Yeah.
So I love that. And I think that I went over everything with my notes. There is an hour-long training, which we're getting close to with us. That I've shared on the group. If you want, I can tag you in that. Her name is Renee, and she is a gold premier, and she does events all the time. And she really breaks this down even more so than I did. And I can share that for anybody replaying. I can share that with the groups again so that y'all can watch that if you'd like to. She gives really good advice, even on taxes, which I'm not 100% about, even rewatching her video. So I'll let her video speak for itself. It's at 55 minutes in. Because I know that was a question Jennifer had at one point, and I had no idea how to answer it for her.
I didn't need to do a training on taxes because now that I've got my tax system figured out here, and I know that I can file it on state taxes or federal taxes at the end of the year.
Right.
And get that. But
Yeah.
it's hard to get it figured out at first.
Yeah, that's another thing to go ahead and note too, Heather, is taxes. Anytime you pay for anything that you're giving away for a customer, that's a tax deductible. If you're paying for the shipping for a local bulk order, that's tax deductible. If you're paying for t-shirts or samples or anything out of the portal, that is a tax deduction. We are taxed on our perks, but it's not dollar for dollar. It's I think $1 per every 5, if I remember right, or $1 for every 4. So if you spend your perks, count that as a tax write-off too. If you put any events, it's a tax write-off. Any meals that you spend when you do that, any gas mileage, if you have a local order and you're bringing them the order, counts miles. If you work out of your house, wherever it is that you are working, your main space is your office, you can deduct the square footage of that office from your utility bills. So you're going to want, because as you start bringing in income, you can get taxed. Because one of my nieces didn't know that. She was underneath me, and she actually ended up paying tax off of Posh. But that was because she didn't document anything. She didn't know. She didn't pay attention to when I chimed in. And I had a spreadsheet that I shared with the team, this is how I'm doing everything, and you just plug it in. And I don't know. She missed that memo because she didn't tune in.
I'm going to share that again. I'm going to share that.
I'll share that again. But it's a really great, it was fantastic. I just went off a TurboTax and I was like, here we go. Boop, 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 boop. Plugged it in, everything where it told me to plug it in. And it was fantastic. Yeah, I will share that. But it was fantastic. So I will share that again because I was supposed to do my taxes month by month. And here we are, October. I haven't even started 2018. So it's, Aaron's going to kill me. So I'm organized, but I'm disorganized. It's I get better at organizing. I really do.
Yeah.
The better organized you are, the easier the stuff is. I will say that too. Okay, so are y'all ready to wrap it up? Because it is already almost 10 o'clock. And I see you have a little. So
somebody's being nosy.
Oh, they're good at that. My 5-year-old's amazing at that. So I understand. I put them down before 8. I want them down now by 7:30 because she needs more sleep, apparently. Waking her up in the morning, she cries instantly when I walk in the door. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, she's normally in bed by 8, but it's Friday, so she's extra.
Yeah, I understand. My kids are still, no, mommy needs her time and her wine, so they go to bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's in bed between 7 and 8. I need mommy time. You gotta go to sleep.
Yes, it is. So your mommy loves you, letting you stay up, sweetie. Love on your mama extra much tonight. Okay, it was nice meeting you, Heather.
You too.
Really, really glad to get to know you. Enjoyed tonight. Thank you for tuning in. And with that, we'll wrap up tonight. If you have any other questions, feel free. You can ask Rachel. You can ask me. Ask on the team page. That is what we're here for. If you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, So that is it, guys. And we will, I don't know, my voice just cracked. But anyways, y'all have a good night. I'm going to try to figure out how to end this and make sure that it is still recording. Okay, stop.